I've been asked so many times to cover this story that I really just don't have a choice at this point. Because this lovely little Scottish lady here decided about 9-10 months ago, I want a baby. Unfortunately, her boyfriend didn't want a baby, so she thought, I'm just going to fake it, which I admire. Do you know what I mean? Fake it till you make it. That's what I say. Works with Hollywood. Doesn't really work with pregnancy, though, does it? But look at her. I mean, pregnancy really does suit her. You know, she is glowing here because she's not actually pregnant, is she? That's a fake bump that she has bought online. Imagine putting that on before you put your dress on and you're going out and everyone's like, are you going to find out? Oh, you're glowing, love. You're absolutely glowing. And then she would have been putting on all the like aches and pains that women get when they're pregnant. Oof. Oh, don't ask me to do anything. I'm too pregnant, me. It's actually a winner, really, when you think about it. Now, the problem comes, obviously, when you get about 9 months down the road and people are like, so, when are you going to pop? When's it going to come? And you're thinking, well, fuck me, I'm going to have a miscarriage, yeah? A normal person who's crazy enough to lie about this, but still normal enough to go, but enough's enough, all right? How far can this go on? But even then, that didn't stop her because she thought, well, I've just got to go and get a fake baby now, as you do. This is what the internet's done. I want attention, and I'll do anything to get it. So she went ahead and spent money, and she was getting a lot of money, obviously, because, oh, you're a mother to be, we've got to look after you, got to help you, the family have got to help out, of course. And she went and spent it on this fake baby that's one of these new reborn ones. Apparently they're really high tech. They literally like behave like a baby, like they piss and shit, I think. I don't know what the fuck they do, but they look like a fucking real baby. And she's taking it on fucking pram walks, and you can't hold it, it'll get all of this shit, man. But I'm literally just finding all of this out this morning, so I'm going to watch this video and we're going to hear the full story.
Her really good friend comes on and says that 8 to 9 months ago, she was alerted by Kira that she was gonna have a baby. At this time, Kira was being pressured by Jamie, who was the father of this doll, to have an abortion, to not have this baby.
The kid was like a 19-year-old lad, apparently, or something. And he'd only been with her for a month. Imagine what he was going through, thinking that this baby was coming, and he knows she's crazy. Like, come on. He knows she's fucking crazy. He definitely knows she's crazy. Babe, come on. I'm not ready for it yet. Like, we just need to do the right thing. We'll have kids later. We just can't do it. She's just going, babe, I'm pregnant. I can't wait for it.
He did not want her telling his mum because his mum would flip out.
So what you can tell straight away, she's been with him a month. She's trying to force him to be in a much more serious relationship than what he is ready for, to stop him from getting out. Now that I've got you, I ain't letting you go fucking anywhere. And even if this is the illusion of commitment, there's a hold over him that she now has. Therefore, she can use that to pull him in deeper. So by the time he realizes what's going on, it's too fucking it. He might actually get her actually pregnant. That is clearly a huge motivating factor for her, along with all the attention online, all the gifts, all of the showering of yada, 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 all that bullshit. But it's manipulation. That's what the root cause of all of this is. And deep-rooted insecurity that no one could ever actually love you for being you, and you've got to use trickery and deception as a way to get them to stick around. And that's why many women use a fake miscarriage early on when they meet a guy, so that they feel like he has to have more of an emotional attachment. A lot like what men love bomb. It's very similar tactics. I need you to think that this is more serious than you're actually ready to be at, as a way of manipulating you to get involved deeper with me.
Less than 3 weeks later, Kira comes onto social media to tell everyone that this baby has a heart defect.
This is fucked. Yeah, we just don't think it's going to make it. Why? What's wrong? Heart defect. Bloody heart defect. What's wrong with the heart? It hasn't got one. It's not a real person. What seems to be the problem? There is no heart. Do you know where else there isn't a heart? Inside this bitch. Sorry. But like, she's so horrible. Because this is the thing, it's funny now to laugh at. Imagine like you're a person who cares, you're actually emotionally involved, and you're like, fuck, there's a fucking heart defect. What the fuck are we going to do? And she's actually put up a Facebook post to announce this heart issue. Been a challenging and heartbreaking couple of days regarding baby Gardner. Jamie and I have had some time to talk with the family. This is the thing. What about the fact that this guy has been hanging around you for 9 months and he hasn't noticed the fact that you keep taking this baby bump up before you go to bed? Like, surely there was some sexual interaction throughout that period of time if you're together. This kid's been played so badly. Thankfully, to the midwives and sonographers who've been nowhere near this doll, by the way. These last few tests have picked up on something that breaks our hearts, grieving that healthy baby we thought we would have, but knowing soon she will be in our arms. They let us know that baby G has a congenital heart defect. This is so dark, but still so funny. It's like so weird. It's just so weird. This means she will be born with it at birth. The condition is known as a complete balanced atrioventricular okay, septical defect, AVSD or AV canal. This is all from ChatGPT or Grok or something like that. She's literally got all of this from AI, which means there is a hole in the middle of her heart as it didn't develop. Again, the intricacy of the lies, the more expansive they are and the more believable they will be. And this is a class in how to bullshit people, basically. It's been this way since the early stages of pregnancy. While the ventricles leak the blood that should be pumping around her body, her heart struggles. Oh. She's just struggling. I don't know if she's going to make it. Life throws some curveballs at you sometimes, you know what I mean? You've just got to pull your socks up, you know what I mean? And keep hope alive. Hopefully this baby will get here in one piece. Well, multiple attachable pieces, actually, if you're wondering. But this is where it gets really dark because she's pulling at people's heartstrings. Now, while this is terrifying for us both as parents, we can't begin to understand what lies ahead for us both and her two families. The pain our girl will go through and questioning, what type of life will she have? What type of life will she have? You know, we hope she's got a bright future ahead of her, but just it's hard to say at this point. You know how the babies have like targets they've got to hit, developmental targets. They're going to look at her and go, is she breathing? Yeah, breathing difficulties, bloody typical. Sent me a broken baby. How's the breastfeeding going? She's just struggling to latch. I just can't seem to get her. Gonna have to bottle feed her. There's nothing in that bottle, is there? No, she's just drank it all up. Gobbled it all up. She couldn't help it. She couldn't resist. Went down like a Guinness. The first defect will need to be corrected with open heart surgery when she is born. Oh my God, man. I just keep thinking about the dad here, just being like, oh my God, my baby's going to need open heart surgery. How heartbreaking this is for him. And one of our friends actually took the TikTok to explain what it was like.
Or that same morning, I wake up at 7:30 and I've got a text message for Kira saying, hi, it's Bonnie-Leigh. I was born at 2:46 a.m. I weigh £5 4 ounce, the exact same weight as my daddy when he was born. And I send her a video and I'm like, oh my God, like, congratulations, she's so cute. But I felt so bad because she done it on her own. She sent me a video of her walking out to the hospital.
She went to a hospital with a fake baby and pretended that she'd given birth to it on her own.
Gives birth to this doll. Then sending pictures to her friend of her walking out of the hospital. She's got like all the stuff with her. Then posting all of these pictures on social media.
Let's have a look at the pictures. Does that look real to anyone here? It looks like a doll. It's a doll.
And then the mum and gran bought the £1,000 pram.
That fucking pram is so expensive, man, and it wasn't even for a real baby. She fucking fleeced this lot.
Then she sent me a video of the baby kicking.
She's just like like on the other side of the everyone's like, wow, that baby is kicking up strong. It's really growing. Oh my God, this is the baby on its way home. Congratulations, she is beautiful. And she's strapped into a lovely, expensive car seat there. Oh, isn't she just lush, isn't she? She's absolutely lush. Spitting image of her mum. Oh, you can see it. She's got the same dimple. Would you have any more? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever have another. I think this is enough for now. So the baby starts moving here. And people have suggested maybe she used AI to make the baby animated. Either that or these things fucking actually do move like that. But people are saying AI maybe. The lengths that she's gone to. I mean, these things aren't cheap either. Apparently like £1,000 or something. She's got it. She's got it though. Do you know what I mean? She's got all the cash from the grandparents and whatever. Because it's kind of grainy, I get why that one kind of looks like a real baby. But a lot of the other ones don't. She's fucking so crazy, man. Like, that's the thing that's really hitting me now, looking into the fucking blacks of her eyes. And you just realise, like, you don't give a shit about anyone but yourself. You to do this, that's the level of, like, psycho that we're on about here. You're fucking everyone else's emotions up. You don't give a shit. You want all the attention, the money. Oh, isn't your baby cute? All of that nonsense. And like, you can actually just have that. Find a guy, have a healthy relationship, You know, get married, have kids. You can actually do that without all of this. Why do this? It's so fucking dark. So this is the message that the girl who was talking before sent to her, like, love yous both. You can see emotionally, she looks like she's actually in tears here. That's how involved people are. And the mother has replied, happy birthday, Auntie Neve. I can't wait for cuddles and adventures with you and Mummy. It's so fucked, man. Love you lots, Bonnie-Leigh. Bonnie-Leigh, BL, bullshit lies is what that stands for.
She then ends up taking the baby to Jamie's house, and Jamie's mum kind of already cottons on and is saying, you know, that it's stone cold, it's a doll, it's not real. So Kira ends up messaging her friend and saying, hey, could you please pick me up? I need to get out of this house, etc., etc. But apparently in the first couple of days, Jamie was literally taking this baby on walks in prams.
This lad's been walking a fucking doll around the block. Part of this is like, she's just a terrible person for doing this to people. But then part of it's like, yeah, but you lot were pretty stupid, weren't you? And I hate to be a victim blamer and all of that, right? But I don't think it's asking a lot to expect a grown man to know the difference between a doll and a baby. When you're taking it for walks multiple times, and I assume holding it at some point. You'd think so. I mean, it was his baby. Kind of.
Then says, hey, we need to go to a doctor's appointment for the baby. And this whole time, Jamie was never allowed into any of the appointments with her. He would always have to wait outside or wait in the car.
She's just gone for coffee and a donut in the hospital. She just goes to the cafe and they're like, oh, it'll be a while for the donuts. Like, we just started a new batch. Oh, don't worry, I've got time. I'll just wait over there and let us know when it's done.
She said, we need to keep the baby wrapped up and the baby has mucus. Now, the baby having mucus is an important thing to note because Jamie was requesting a DNA test because he didn't believe baby was his.
That's not my baby. Now, to be fair on this one, he was technically right. It wasn't his baby. And this is the one thing I can give him here. He got that spot on. That's no child of mine. I just keep thinking, did you not look at this baby? Did you not get up close and give it a little kiss on the cheek or whatever? Do you know what I mean? And wonder why it's made of plastic? That's a bit funny, that. All babies like that. Yeah, they're actually all like that for a while until they get their human skin in.
The friend then gets a text saying, I need to get out of this house, being Jamie's house. I can imagine it's because Jamie's mum was starting to suspect that something wasn't quite right, but Jamie maybe perhaps didn't want to believe it.
You know, Jamie, I am your mother, and us mothers, we have intuition, all right? And you just got to trust me on this. I know you're not going to like what I've got to say, but there's just something not quite right about this. Now, I can't put my finger on it. I can't quite place it, but there's just something not right about this.
And how they found out it was a reborn doll was Kira eventually went round to her mum's house, and her cousin and her mum, or her cousin, not quite clear, walked into the bathroom to find Kira sitting on her phone and the baby just sort of like cast aside, but clearly in view. It's a doll.
The baby's just sat on the side, just like, don't look at me. I'm not the one who's been faking having a fucking doll. Look at her. She's just sat on the toilet like, oh, the baby, yeah. I just sat it up on the side and it can just sit up on its own. 4 days old. It's amazing. I think she's a medical mystery. I'll get my stuff. Sorry about that. Yeah, you can have the pram back.
I don't know if it was her mum or cousin that walked in on her, and basically the doll was just left and she was on her phone. And everybody found out that it was a doll. And I just don't know how to feel right now. Like, I feel so fucking dumb.
I feel sorry for the mum as well. Apparently, like, she was really happy that she'd had a granddaughter because she'd only ever had grandsons before. So now she's just got a grand doll.
I feel like if somebody has to tell me I'm pregnant, I'm going to just punch it and be like, no, you're not.
Don't punch pregnant women. That's not the way to test out if someone's telling the truth. A pregnancy test, maybe, but not a punch. Call that a baby?
Jamie was informed because Kira messaged him and told him that Bonnie had died.
He was told his baby had died. He didn't even find out, like, oh, it's not a real baby. That wasn't the way he found out. He's told his kid had died. Rather than just admit the truth, she'd rather him think your baby's dead. That's the level of psychopath that we're dealing with here. However, it does sort of go with that old saying that everybody dies, but not everybody lives. So she just texted him, by the way. I've got the text here. It wasn't a phone call. No. It's a bit much, innit? It's only a dead baby. Fucking hell. Just text. Even breakups are seen as a bit harsh by text, but a dead baby? All right, something happened to Bonnie-Leigh, but I need someone here with me to explain things to you so you can understand. Again, elaborate as per usual. He replies, what? Bonnie-Leigh died, but you need to give me time to tell you everything, and I will, I promise. So I don't want to tell you right now how she died, what happened. I just want to let you know your baby's dead, bro. Can you just give me some time? Like, honestly, you're so selfish. He replies, what the fuck? I don't know why that's funny, because in his heart, he's like gutted, but I'm like, the fact that he's not like ringing her, he's like, yeah, I'm just going to reply. What the WTF even? So she says, please, I know you want answers, but please, Jamie. He replies, you've left me in the dark for long enough. I'm coming up. She replies, you won't get in. It's bad enough that you've lied. And this is for 10 months of lying, remember? But even when it's down to the point where you've been clearly rumbled, you're just still lying and lying and lying. There is no decency in your soul whatsoever.
You don't need a degree to know that this person clearly is suffering and has severe mental health problems.
I fully agree. For someone to do something as dark and as twisted as this, you have to be very mentally disturbed. But I don't like the word mental health when we're talking about this. I feel like when men are really deceptive and twisted like this and spin a web of lies to a woman, claim they're rich or whatever, get women to give them all that money and do stuff like this, right? They never use the words mental health ever about a man. You're just an evil bastard. That's all you are. You had mental clarity in order to do what you were doing at the time. You knew fine well what you were doing. You knew the impact it was going to have on other people anyway, and you just didn't care. You only cared about yourself. And when a man does it, it's no different to when a woman does it. I don't think that this woman has any mental health issues in terms of like, she's not schizophrenic. She knows what the fuck she's doing. She's an evil, dark, twisted person. And she deserves to be labelled that way. And she doesn't deserve any sympathy or any mental health labels that get people to go, yeah, but she's a bit, you know. No, I'm not having that. And I'm not saying that that's what this girl is saying. Potentially she just meant mentally disturbed. But equally, women get a lot of sympathy no matter what happens. And she doesn't deserve any of it. Because this poor lad now, for the rest of his life, is going to second guess everything a woman ever tells him. And it might do him a favour. It's a brutal lesson to learn at a young age, but he shouldn't have had to learn that lesson in such a harsh way, right? People lie, but this is insane. Convincing someone that they've got a kid and then that kid has died. That is fucking nuts.
For the people that are going to say, like, I think she needs help. No, she doesn't. She needs jail. She needs, like, something bad to happen to her. Like, the way she has made Jamie and his family feel, the way she has made her own family feel. I've got text messages for her auntie that lives in Wales saying, I sent £500 up because I couldn't make the gender reveal. Like, how do you think she feels? Believing that she was going to be a great auntie. She doesn't need any sort of help.
She needs punishment, one way or another. She absolutely deserves punishment. And I do think that the social media backlash that she's going to get will be pretty fucking bad. But there should be legal ramifications for doing something like this, because you've literally trapped this lad in this fucking mental situation with you. He now feels like he's got to be a good guy, stick around for the baby when there is no baby, and he's now thinking that his child has died. You absolutely should be legally punished for that in one way or another. Unfortunately, for these sorts of crimes that aren't physical, where women do things to men like this, there's no real serious punishment. But that needs to be put in place for this sort of shit, because it is dark.
Here we all were in a pool, just going about our day. So kind of after that, she started kind of opening up a wee bit more. She told me that she'd just beat stage 3 cancer and all of this, and that's why she was on the holiday. And
she's been fucking lying to people on holiday, saying she's got cancer. Another thing where people will have empathy, where people will be like, oh, well done you. I mean, that's so great, because that's what people do. And she's consistently playing on people's human decency.
She'd told me that she had a daughter at home who was at home with the boyfriend. But turns out that was a lot of shite, and she doesn't actually have a daughter.
Yeah, this woman should never have kids. And apparently this is the Instagram story where she confesses to everything. I wasn't pregnant, there was no baby, I made it up and kept going way too far. I faked scans, messages, the whole birth story, and I acted like a doll was real. I know how bad it is, I fucked up. Yeah, I fucked up. What do you want from me? I fucked up. This happens sometimes. I just didn't know how to stop once I'd started. I'm the same when it comes to packets of Pringles. Do you know what I mean? Once I just can't stop. Neve, I'm so sorry. You were there for me through it all, and you cried tears, picked me up, brought me places, believed everything I said. You didn't deserve to be lied to like that. None of you did. Your mum, your niece, everyone who came to the gender reveal, all the people who gave me gifts. I fucked up and I hurt a lot of people. I mean, what is wrong with you? That is the thing I don't get here. And to everyone I made look bad along the way, Jamie and his family especially, I'm sorry. I made you out to be horrible people when really I was the one in the wrong completely. It's mental to even say this, but I've known loads of people in my life do really horrible stab people in the back sort of shit, right? Loads of times. And what they'll always do normally, because no one wants to admit I was the bad guy, I was the evil cunt, and they just flip it and they create total false narratives and they lie and they create a scenario in their head which is like, oh, well, I only did this because you were really the bad person, and they just word salad it, you know what I mean, and just create a false narrative so that they never have to be accountable. At least we're getting a shred of accountability here. And look, it's happening because she's got nowhere to turn now. I don't think that she wanted to do this. I'm not giving her that much credit. I'm talking a shred of credit, because the sad thing is I've known loads of people do fucked up shit and they never actually admitted it. At least she's done that. Doesn't change the fact that she should be severely punished, but I don't have a proper excuse. Yeah, I wasn't in a good headspace, but that doesn't make what I did okay. I know this is going to stick with me for a long time. I mean, for life. Yeah, forever. And I've lost friends I'll never get back. I'm going to try to figure myself out and get help, because this version of me isn't someone I want to be. I know I've ruined a lot of trust, and that sorry won't fix everything, but all I can say is sorry right now. The sad thing about this is for someone to do something like that, in my opinion, it's highly unlikely that she will ever be fixed. I think in order to go to that level of deception, you are always going to be mental. And that's it. There's no helping you. There's no therapy. There's nothing. I give up. But am I wrong? Am I being harsh? Is she savable? I don't know. You let me know in the comments below what you made of this insane story. Shout out to everyone who messaged me on Instagram and all of that to cover it, because I wouldn't have fucking heard about it if it wasn't for you lot. Appreciate everyone who supports the True Geordie channel. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the like button. I'll see you on the next one.